The first step on the road to a wedding is finding a beautiful ring. And Michael Bogosian has been designing this wearable art for over 35 years.
Anything I created, I wanted to put out that everything had to be wow, had to be different, had to be beautiful. It's good enough doesn't work in my shop. I'm Michael B. I'm a jewelry designer. I make one-of-a-kind jewelry. I provide the best workmanship. I provide the best of the diamonds. If I produce the ring for my client that I didn't think it was perfect, before they even see it, I break it and make a new one. When they said, why Michael B., they said because it's the best.
Michael was born into the jewelry business, but was more interested in the design aspect than the selling aspect.
I started the jewelry trade when I was age of 11 years old in Istanbul, Turkey. My father, he had a store there, and I was not interested in the store part of it, but I was more interested in how to make part of it. Age of 15 to 16, I opened my personal shop in Turkey, independently working for stores making jewelry. When I decided I didn't want to stay in Turkey, at 17, I came over here. So with $75 in my pocket, I took all my experiences and I rented this place for $180 a month. I had a son, which his name was Matthew. That's why you see Matthew's Jewelry. And I put a bench in the window, and I was in the window making jewelry. It was challenging times. I have a wife and a kid, and a lot of ambition.
He couldn't make it on ambition alone. Michael enlisted the help of his wife, Aida, to grow his empire from the ground up.
I'm Aida Bogosian. I'm Michael B.'s wife. We create a lot of amazing memories here. I mean, I come from a diamond background. My father was a rough buyer in Africa, so I was born in the diamond business. So when I do work with a couple looking to buy an engagement, a Michael B. engagement ring, I make little notes for them when I'm talking to them about diamonds, and they take these little scrap pieces of paper and they put them in their scrapbooks, in their wedding scrapbooks. And so the impressions we leave in their lives on their first very important purchase. I help do that. It's great.
Each of the dazzling engagement and wedding rings originates as an idea in Michael B.'s mind.
Designing an engagement ring, it has to be simple. You know, you cannot have overpowering engagement ring. You want to balance out your diamond. They want to have simplicity in the ring so the diamond will stand out very nicely. The next design that I'm working on, I start making a little sketching, and all I need is a couple of segments of the design that I'm going to do. That will give me an idea where I'm going with it. You may not see anything, but I see a lot. This idea gives me an idea how my hands are going to work.
When people don't have ideas, Michael has plenty. He's always thinking and dreaming, and his thoughts are always creating. Everything is very, very special.
Every Michael B. ring is designed, made, and created on site.
Here, he's melting the metal and get into the form of a wire right now. You melt it, you pour it, and then it goes into this form. This is the beginning of the process. Everything gets smaller.
Once the metal has cooled, it's rolled into a wire, which is then coiled and turned into a band. Michael oversees this process and then begins to carve out areas for the diamonds to be placed.
This is my little half-round file, and the half-round file creates this design right here. Then we continue the same design in the next segment here. I will be taking this design and putting a very miniature, tiny, smaller version of it into the basket where the diamond is going to come and sit on top of it. We put a lot of effort and then try to make things that they're kind of difficult.
The diamond setters painstakingly set the precious stones, which Michael B. makes sure are coming from clean sources and aren't illicitly mined.
This is the main part of our work, the diamond setting. I have another setter over there, and they take great pride in their work, and everything has to come out to perfection. The diamonds have to have a conflict-free. It comes from proper sources. Our diamond dealers, they are liable for what they say it is. Why should not have conflict-free diamond? It's basically, I'm not here to buy something that is not coming from the proper sources.
This commitment to excellence produces the one-of-a-kind rings, which Michael B. has become famous for.
This goes way back with the history of Michael B. It's called the Lace Collection. It's got these little segments that wrap around the shank of a ring. It's like lace. When you see someone wearing this ring, you know it's a Michael B. I call this the Cinderella three-sided princess ring. It's very simple, but it has 3 sides of diamonds on the shank. We do it sometimes with diamonds and sometimes plain. Beautiful. Everything's custom, handmade, handmade, handmade. Our engagement rings are especially made for the center stone. It's not something that cookie cutter you have, you pop a stone in and, you know, there goes a ring. It doesn't work that way with Michael B.
I express myself through my designs, my taste, my vision. The art of wedding is very personal. It's so unique, and every individual girl has their own dreams.
Art of the wedding rings that Michael B makes, they're timeless. They're going to be there forever. They're like the future heirlooms that will be handed down to generations to come.